Hello everyone, welcome to Scrollscast number 2. My name is Smogan and I'll be spectating this game between the Ninja Wizard and Leeger. Let's see what they are playing. Leeger looks like he has a mono Decay deck. Sacrifices for 1 Decay, and the Ninja Wizard playing a growth deck. We'll see if it's a more aggressive version or if it is a more mid-range to late game version. This opening hand could be seen in either, but I'm thinking it's more of a late game version. Note the interesting addition of Pest Assimilator in Leeger's deck. You don't typically see that, but it is a strong scroll if it can get an attack off. But he's up to 2 resources now, and we'll see what growth players all the world over hate, having their second turn Brave immediately languided. But he does respond with an Earthborn Mystic that gets the Brave up to 1 attack, so at least it'll be doing something. Leeger's up again. He has 3 resources. He could drop the Harvester. He'll have to drop it either up or down. He chooses down, so it can be as safe as possible. Ninja Wizard has a Stag card in hand, which is pretty powerful with this combo of units. He sacrifices his Wildling. See if he drops a Brother the Wolf here. He does. Stag Heart will give the Brave up to 3 attack, and then he could potentially pull another Stag Heart off the top, so that could be a pretty darn potent Brave here in a minute. Pest Assimilator played up top, so he's okay letting his Harvester take this beat down. Ninja Wizard has a Rumble, so maybe this is more of an early game. We'll see what he has. 2 enchantments, so that's a lot of enchantments. Champion Ring, Stag Heart on his Earthborn Mystic. Interesting. So that's up to 4, so that can kill the Harvester. Will he play a Champion Ring on his Brave to get it up to 4 as well? It puts it in at risk for a Soul Steal, but no, Stag Heart's a little bit better play. It makes it tougher to remove and crashes in for some serious idle damage. Leeger looking to respond. He does have a Damning Curse. That'll be really nice. He would love to do Oblivion Seeker into Witch Doctor, though. That's a really strong play. Though he won't have the Witch Doctor out in time if this Brother the Wolf just kills that Oblivion Seeker. Rallying for the Ninja Wizard and a Ragged Wolf. Moves his units. The Brother the Wolf back. Does summon the Wolf. Will he play an enchantment on it to kill the Oblivion Seeker and give Leeger some cards? Note his spacing to make it so Pest Assimilator does not poison his entire army. He does Champion Ring the Wolf, so it's a 1-for-1 trade because the Wolf was free. And then, of course, 2 scrolls for Leeger, so 1-for-1 isn't really accurate, but at least on board it's 1-for-1. Damning Curse takes out the Earthborn Mystic, weakens the Brave. The Wolf goes down to the poison damage. Okay, so boards are relatively similar cards in hand, but note that Leeger is up to 6 resources already, whereas the Ninja Wizard is up to only 4. Breaker comes down, definitely a more aggressive deck from the look of things. Keeping his units as spaced out as possible, though they're all 3 in unflexible moving positions. Leeger moves his Pest Assimilator back. Cursemonger played in front to defend it. And then an Eager Scryer. So he's okay letting the Scryer die to this Brother the Wolf should Ninja Wizard choose to do so. An Oak Blood from his deck can make any one of his units rather tanky, especially with magic armor to prevent poison damage, so that could pretty much shut down this Pest Assimilator, or at least make it much more difficult for Leeger to use. This is a good matchup for Pest Assimilator because Growth obviously has difficulty getting back there to kill it, so it's going to be able to lob its poison bombs pretty frequently, I believe. Moves his Breaker in front, and we do see the Oak Blood on it, so that will make it so this Pest Assimilator isn't particularly useful. Infectious Blight, sacrifices it wisely. Bloodline Taint, so that will turn the poison back on if he chooses to use it. Plays a Harvester in front, and then a Bloodline Taint on all 3 humans. Hits for 3, poison damage for 2. So 2 turns until that Breaker is dead. Ninja Wizard has a Wildling and a Wetland Ranger and a Kinfolk Brave in his hand. That's a lot of 1 countdown units that could come in. Sacrifices the Wildling, up to 5 resources. Find it unlikely we'd see a rallying play here. Wetland Ranger in front to take the damage from the Cursemonger should it attack, though I imagine we might see it curse instead. And the Harvester manages to tank. Another Bloodline Taint. And he decides to keep it because that's a dead Breaker if he casts it. Languid on the Brave, though it's done its job by taking out an idol. And then Bloodline Taint on the entire army again. So both units fall to the poison. Good combination of the curse effects from the Cursemonger And the Bloodline Taint, along with the crazy poison damage of Pest Assimilator, takes out most of Ninja Wizard's army. 2 units raring to go, 2 Crimson Bowls in hand. Summons a wolf, so that'll take out the Harvester. And then a Kinfolk Brave. Oh, actually, the Pest Assimilator didn't even attack last turn. That was just the Cursemonger doing its work. My mistake. So Pest Assimilator is ready to go again. So that'll take out the wolf, sacrifices Necrogeddon. Witch Doctor is a good play. Brain Lice is a decent play to take out probably this back Brave. I wouldn't mind seeing Cursemonger Brain Lice come down, though. Witch Doctor is just so powerful. But maybe next turn, when Ninja Wizard's ready to attack again, would be the time to do the Witch Doctor play. Does he want to go with the removal, or would he rather go with the defensive, tanky Witch Doctor? And it looks like it'll be Witch Doctor, yes. So the Witch Doctor comes down, the second row fully defended. Wolf dies to poison, 2 Braves raring to go, and a veteran. Everybody loves to play their veterans. Not in a great position, though, unless he had a Ragged Wolf to go with it, thanks to the 4 health on this Cursemonger. Quite a bit of utility in his hand, though he does now have at least a few creatures. Splits his Braves. Looks like he's just pushing some idle damage on this bottom idle, trying to put pressure on Leeger and end the game sooner rather than later. Perhaps anticipating that the longer the game goes, the more Leeger's mid-range Decay deck will be difficult to finish off. Moves to the middle row. Eager Scryer and Loyal Darkling. Brain Lice is the Brother of the Wolf. It has 2 curses on it, so it will die instantly, and an Eager Scryer comes down. Not a lot of great choices for the Ninja Wizard that I see. He won't want to do idle damage with the Crimson Bowl, though he could deal a little bit of damage to these units, take out the Eager Scryer at least, but that's not super impressive. This Brother of the Wolf is all but dead with its positioning up here in the middle. I don't think there's any way he can maneuver it so it doesn't die. He'll at least want to split his units to get away from this Pest Assimilator that has done some great work all game long. It's a scroll that's not often used. It's not great in some matchups, but against Growth it's pretty darn good, it looks like. Earthborn Mystic at the top. I'd rather it be 1 space back, but that's okay. Keeping it split at least. And then the Breaker down behind it. Deals some more idle damage with the Brave. Transfers the turn over to Leeger. Leeger moves and maneuvers, defends his Eager Scryer, sacrifices for scrolls, gets some idle damage with the Witch Doctor, and takes out the Brother of the Wolf. Only 3 units left for Ninja Wizard. 2 veterans in his hand, though. Great comeback scroll, the veteran. Often gets a 2-for-1, but he sacrifices one of them. So now he has a Wolf veteran, so he could take out this Cursemonger. That might not be a bad play. He could decide instead to champion ring his Brave. I don't know that that's great, though. I think this Brave is just damned to pound into this wall, this Oblivion Seeker, and just eventually kill it and just give his opponent scrolls before dying. But no, he does take it out with the Ragged Wolf, and then perhaps Veteran behind to wipe out this bottom. That's a strong play as far as getting through and dealing some idle damage next turn, but it doesn't address the real problem that Ninja Wizard has, and that's this combination of units up here. It doesn't do anything to stop this pile. Ooh, look, Draining Mist. That's powerful against Growth, too. He has 8 scrolls in his hand, so he can't sacrifice for scrolls. He can sacrifice for resources or play a scroll first. Moves the Pest Assimilator down to assault this clumped position. He'll need to defend it or play Draining Mist to keep it safe, and here's the Draining Mist. Good play. Brain Lice as well to take out the Earthborn Mystic and a Tribesman in front. Okay, not great for Ninja Wizard. He does have a rallying to get his units to attack again, but that rallying basically kills 1 unit, the Ilmire Tribesman. That's all it really does. And then his units would be poisoned by the Pest Assimilator. He could go up to 7 and do Rallying Champion Ring and take out a 2nd unit. Clever spacing. There's the Rallying Champion Ring on the Brave now. He has to accept that his Breaker is just going to die, but he does take out and reestablish control of this bottom. So not a bad trade for him. The Witch Doctor will want to stay up here and finish off the Breaker, but the Cursemonger should probably start moving back to the middle, because Leeger will win if this game goes long enough, but this idol's at risk, and his middle idol is at risk as well. Damning Curse to take out the Kinfolk Brave, and loses his Cursemonger, but of course gets a Husk. Harvester down to 2 already, having just played it. Can Ninja Wizard, he probably wishes he had his Veteran still so he could just take out this Harvester right now, but he had to sacrifice that 4 or 5 turns ago. Earthborn Mystic comes down, choosing between a Vader and an Oakblood. Chooses the unit, and I think that was the right decision. Keeps his units in position to threaten both the middle idol and this Harvester. Leeger will play some strong defensive spells and creatures this turn. Tribesman in front of the Witch Doctor. Sacks up for resources, and a Lifestealer as well. So now that is another really solid board state. It's going to take a lot to get through that. Probably a Rumble play to get through that. Or if he gets up to 8, maybe a Rallying Crimson Bull combo. This Harvester will die. He chose not to protect it. We could see, if he wants to take out this bottom idol, he can, but probably better to take out units. Nothing really strong in his hand. The Ragged Wolf is nice, but right now it's not super relevant. Oakblood on his Vengeful Vader, so that's now a pretty strong unit. And a Vader the Wild play just so it can help defend the Kinfolk Veteran. Pulls an Infectious Blight. That's really strong against growth. A Training Mist as well. The Wolf will take that Witch Doctor damage pretty easily. Damning Curse, now 6 resources. Next one will be 7, and then Draining Mist. So Ninja Wizard's attack is basically completely shut down by those 2 spells, unless he can top deck a Rallying. He'll sacrifice the Vader of the Wild. He gets a Rumble and a Veteran. So with a lucky Rumble, he could take out the Witch Doctor. See, the Husk would move probably up, and then there's just too much math. I was going to try to go through all the permutations, but there's way too many possibilities. It would just come down to just a hope and a prayer, basically. He does have this Ragged Wolf, but he goes for the Rumble, does not expose the Witch Doctor. That is unfortunate. And now he doesn't have the resources to play both the Veteran and the Ragged Wolf to kill this Lifestealer, so he's just going to be forced to Ragged Wolf up to kill probably this Husk and just wait for next turn to try to get a Veteran play. But that Lifestealer is just going to be so hard to get through. He'll probably be able to kill it next turn, but it's just going to spawn a Husk. The Witch Doctor is going to be safe for a while. Had probably a 50-50 chance at the very end for that Witch Doctor to pop either up to these 2 or down to these 2. We do see the Ragged Wolf play, and he saves the Veteran wisely. Oh, unfortunate Soul Steal for Ninja Wizard. Very fortunate for Leeger, so that clears the way to kill this Veteran. That might be the last nail in the coffin of Ninja Wizard's attack. Lifestealer will kill the Veteran. We'll see an Oblivion Seeker probably in front of his Witch Doctor. He has Restless Bones as well. Some interesting scrolls in his deck. He chooses the Cursemonger instead of the Oblivion Seeker. That's fine too. Cursemonger is a better offensive scroll. And does have more health and can tank a Veteran. We could see Rallying, I guess. It's not super impressive. Even Kinfolk Veteran isn't really impressive right now. He's just going to have to play Rat King, I guess, and though he just loses 2 of those rats right away, so even that's not really a profitable play. It's the best he can do right now. So he'll lose 2 of those rats, 1 will survive, and he'll put himself in a position to hopefully be able to make a bigger play next turn, but there's a Soul Steal. Populates his board. He could Restless Bones and probably wipe the board. Has the Tribesman moved? Yeah, the Tribesman has moved already, so I don't think he can actually get up there with either of his Mire Shamblers, so I don't think Restless Bones could kill the Earthborn Mystic. With a more fortunate placement on the Mire Shambler, he could have, but either way, Leeger is definitely ahead in this game. Another Soul Steal comes down. That Mire Shambler could have probably moved up, but That's okay, not super necessary right now. Rod Eater comes down. Almost everything dead from Ninja Wizard's side. I'm not sure what he could even draw at this point. It's just too late to get through for idle damage. Even a rumble play, the board's too populated. Pulls an enchantment, it's a Stagheart. So he could veteran Stagheart and at least take out one unit, but he'll lose card advantage on that, trading 2 units for the 1 Cursemonger. If he was going to make that play, I'd rather see him do it behind the Earthborn Mystic. He takes out the Lifestealer, which has been a pain all game, so maybe that's worth the 2 for 1. Oh, and a Reaping Mask. A lot of plays Leeger can make here. I'd like to see him draw scrolls first. See what the rest of his possibilities are. If he's going to do Restless Bones play, he's got to think carefully about his Mire Shambler positioning so they bounce in the right direction. Harvester down first, then a Tribesman. Now will we see the big bones? Nope, he chooses to save it. I don't blame him. Don't blame him at all. I just get excited when we have Restless Bones because they can be such a big play. So Ninja Wizard will drop 2 units probably this turn, but wherever they're placed, the Mire Shamblers can get to them. Neither of these cards are really helpful. I think that's game. We'll see if he can play it out, maybe get lucky. If he's going to win, it's going to be if he can establish 3 or 4 units and then get probably a Rallying Crimson Bowl. So he'll want to play to that out, I would imagine. So there's 2 units up top. Leeger positioning his forces. Sacrifices the Reaping Mask, a second Restless Bones. Lifestealer comes down. And we're just going to see a dead veteran and quite a bit of idle damage this turn, I think. He does play the Restless Bones, so that's even more idle damage. We'll see where these guys bounce to. He wishes that would have probably bounced up, but that's okay. He still takes out this idle. So 1 idle down, 3 idols weakened. Ninja Wizard desperately trying to establish some sort of board positioning, but I think it's just too late, especially after that Restless Bones comes down probably next turn because that'll trigger the Harvester. That'll almost certainly be game. So this is his last chance to draw something, and just a guy and an enchantment. Good if you're ahead, but not great in this position. Plays 2 more units, so he's got something built over here. He'll have a big play next turn if he can get to next turn, but I don't think that he will. Sacrifice for Scrolls, Reaping Mask again. I don't think that's relevant right now, but could be good on a Harvester. Thinking about his positioning, Soul Steals to get another Mire Shambler. It won't attack off this Restless Bone because it only counts down by 1, but here we go. Here's the big play. 1 dead idol and dead units, and then the Harvester will come down for the victory after clearing the board with the other Shamblers. Well done, Leeger. Good game to both players. Thank you guys for tuning in. You can catch more Scrollscast on Spectate mode on the Badger Guild YouTube channel, so check out there for more. Thanks for tuning in.